healthy body. Like, no. I felt lonely. I am normal. That is normal. This feels kind of like scary to share. That's a different story. Hi guys, welcome to or back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Joy. Today is going to be a bit of a different video. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what's been on my mind. I think the last time I did a proper sit down video where I just talked to you guys was like way back when I first restarted my channel after graduating. I am just as scared to film this one as I was to film that one. I think there's just something about like sitting in front of a camera and just talking when it's just you. Like vlogging I find so fine because you're just like filming your life and you're like with people, but when it's just you and the camera, it's just like, I don't know, it just is scary because it feels vulnerable. But I feel like I want to be vulnerable with you guys because I feel like you guys are so vulnerable with me. Get yourself a tea or a coffee or just a glass of water. I don't know what time of the day it is, but just kind of think of this video as like a little coffee date. Let's just get into the first topic that I really wanted to talk to you guys about, which is social media. Sigh. It's weird because as of recently, social media has kind of become part of my job, and I have always loved social media because I love taking videos, I love taking photos, I love sharing videos and photos, and social media just allows me to do that. And I'm just gonna straight up say it, I am addicted to social media. I will check my phone way more than I need to. I will refresh my feed constantly. I think for me, social media has always just been this really weird part of my life that I've been aware affects me negatively. If social media was a person in my life, I would have cut them out a long time ago. But social media isn't a person, and social media allows me to be creative, and it is something that is so a part of our world. This year, I really want to try to find a balance that I am actually using social media and social media isn't using me, because it really does feel like sometimes I'm not the one in control. Another thing that's been on my mind a lot the past year is cancel culture. Like on social media, that has just become so normal for a person to make a mistake and then they're just completely cancelled. And by no means am I defending anyone who did something wrong. I think holding people accountable for their actions is so important. I guess I just think like if we want to grow and like change things, it's about holding people accountable, but not just like shaming people and just like cancelling them. As quite like a people pleaser person, it just like has made me feel so anxious posting stuff on the internet, even though I know I always come from good intentions. I'm like terrified that I'm going to make a mistake or say something that offended someone, and then I'm just going to be completely cancelled and no one's going to like give me a second chance. And I know that's ridiculous, but honestly it kind of feels like in today's world there's not much empathy for people anymore on the internet. It's kind of like you're either doing it right or you're doing it wrong, and if you're doing it wrong, you're a bad person, and if you're a bad person, goodbye. And it's like, we are all humans and we need each other to grow. And again, hold people accountable 100%. Let people know when they've done something wrong 100%. How we do that, that's a different story. I don't think just shaming other people and just like telling them they're a bad person is a good idea. I guess the last thing about social media that I really wanted to like touch on is just comparison. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that like in real life, like yeah, sometimes I will compare myself to someone else, like, you know, I try not to, but I feel like in real life it's not as toxic for me. There's something about social media that like pushes you to compare yourself, and it's just so crazy that so many of us, like me, who are, I mean, I'd like to think quite self-aware and, you know, intelligent. Like, I know that the stuff that people are posting online isn't like real life, and that a photo can manipulate how things look so much. But yet I still find myself comparing myself and my life to other people's photos and Instagram lives. I have seen many people that online look like they're having an amazing time and they have all these friends, and then you see them in real life and you talk to them, or you talk to a person that knows them really well, and they're like, they're not okay. And all those friends that you see photos of them with, they don't hang out, like they don't like each other. Like, it's just so crazy how much social media can manipulate things. Anyway, I've gone on a really big rant, but I guess this is what this video is for. You guys maybe would have seen, for this year I've decided I am going to take the last week of each month completely off social media. I definitely encourage you guys to do the social media detox breaks with me, even if it's not every month, just like whenever you want to pop in. One of you commented on my Instagram the other day saying that we should all do the detox from social media, and then afterwards when we come back, post how our experience was and what we got up to using the hashtag detox with joy, which I just think is so cute, because even if it's not like with me, like with joy, it's like detox with joy, because I do feel like detoxing from social media can bring you so much like lightness and like joy. By sharing our experiences, we're gonna be able to like motivate and inspire each other to like keep going and like just feel less alone in it, because it is pretty crazy. Like, as much as it's like a really good experience, it's also really confronting to suddenly have all this time to really like sit with yourself and like, I don't know, maybe experience feelings of like boredom and things that we have been able to kind of dodge because we're just able to like fill it with social media. The next topic I really wanted to talk to you guys about is body confidence. I get so many questions from you guys about like how to be more confident. I mentioned in my video with Jarvis, which if you haven't seen, I'll link down below, but I mentioned that recently I've been able to like appreciate my body a lot more for just like being a vessel. So much of the time we focus on the appearance of our bodies and we just forget to acknowledge how lucky we are to just even have a body. I think another thing that's really helped me with body confidence is just like following more accounts and people that just like normalize real bodies. Like, it kind of is crazy when you start realizing how much our feeds are just filled with like unrealistic perfect bodies, and then you start going to the beach and you're like, oh my god, other people have stretch marks, other people have pigmentation, other people have cellulite, other people get bloated after they eat. Fuck, like I am normal. That is normal. My camera just died, but I'm back. But what I was saying is that by just like living my life and like exercising and going to the beach and just like seeing real bodies in real life has just like given me so much perspective about like how little we see normal bodies. I know so many people that are just so beautiful and so hot and so healthy and work out, and their bodies don't look like what the magazine tells us is healthy. That's another thing. It's like they market these like perfect bodies as healthy. I can show you so many healthy, beautiful people that do not have the healthy body. Healthy body? Like, no. A healthy body looks so different on different people. What my healthy body looks like is going to be completely different to what your healthy body looks like. And I just hate that so much of marketing has marketed health as looking a certain way, and then people just feel like they're not healthy or not doing enough because they don't look a certain way, and that's just so sad to me. And it's sad because I think I've even fallen into that trap, like, oh, I don't look like her, so that means I'm not working out enough. Like, sorry? No. I'll just have moments of like looking at my body and just being like, I love you. And my friend literally told me she does this and I started doing it, and it's like, it makes me so happy because it's just so funny that it makes me laugh, but I just literally just like kiss my body. I'm just like, when someone's confident, you don't even like second guess if they're like hot or not, because you're just like, they've decided they are hot and they deserve love and they deserve admiration and respect, and you just then give it to them. I think so much of the time we like actually bring ourselves down, like by not just owning ourselves. I had this period of just feeling so weird because I would wake up and I'd feel fine in my body, but then it'd get to about lunchtime and I'd had breakfast and I'd had lunch and my tummy would just expand a little bit, as it should, because it's full of food that gives you fuel and is good for you. But I would feel like, oh, why am I so much bigger? As if how my body was when I woke up was how it should always be. And it's like, no, our bodies actually work in such an amazing way, and they expand and change so that we can survive and so that we can thrive. I am still figuring this all out, and like everything I'm saying now is like, it's easy for me to say, but like it's another thing for me to follow, and I'm really working on really like doing everything that I'm telling you guys. Like, we are really in this together. For those of you who are also struggling and working on confidence and body confidence, it's also such a big topic that I don't claim to know everything or to be covering all perspectives. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I definitely feel really strongly about it, and I feel like I've gone through a lot of change. With all that being said, let's just love our bodies, and I guess the final thing I want to add is just be mindful of how we think about other people's bodies. Like, if you're seeing someone's body that has flaws or something that you're insecure about, talk about it kindly, because if you're thinking negatively about how other people look, that is just going to make yourself continue to talk badly about how you look. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is moon journaling / manifestation. I mentioned in one of my monthly diaries that I go moon journaling with my mum every new moon and full moon, and the amount of messages that I got from you guys being like, can you please do a full video about how you do it. You can do moon journaling in so many different ways and with so many different approaches. What works for me and what I've been doing is journaling every new moon and every full moon and focusing on intentions and what I desire and what I want to call in on the new moon, and then on the full moon what I want to let go of and what I want to release. And it's just like that cycle of calling in and releasing. And I just think it's so crazy because I can see how both are so needed. Like, I can see how sometimes when I call things in, the only way that they happen and come into being is by letting go of something else. So it's like, for instance, how we were talking about body confidence. If you desire to feel more confident in yourself, you also then need to release your insecurities and the shame that you put on your body. So it's kind of like this really amazing way to like bring things into your life and to manifest, is by like acknowledging what you want and being open to that, but also letting go of the old so you can make room for new things and new opportunities. For instance, this feels kind of like scary to share, but like one of the things that I journaled was that I wanted to let go of my insecurity with YouTube, because I've been doing YouTube since I was 14, and it was definitely really scary putting myself out on the internet, especially just having like very little subscribers and like very little views and stuff. It was just like, I felt like I was putting so much of myself out there and just like not getting any response, and in my head I was just thinking everyone's like, oh my god, that loser Joy making videos, which no one was thinking. But I just felt really like shy about it. Like, if people asked me about it, I just felt so like, oh my god, don't talk about that, because I just like couldn't even acknowledge that that was like part of who I was, and that it was actually even like something that I really love to do. And I realized that, like, I realized I had so much insecurity surrounding it, because people would be like, I love your videos, and I'd be like, ah. I was like, I don't want to be like that anymore. Like, I don't care if I'm not gonna gain subscribers or have views. Like, I'm doing this for myself and I'm going to keep doing this. And if I'm going to keep doing this, like, I don't want to feel insecure about it anymore. So in my moon journaling, I wrote, like, I want to let go of any insecurity I have about my YouTube channel. As soon as I wrote that down and I really felt myself like just starting to own my channel and just feel confident in it, my videos just started to be recommended to all of you. And that's how so many of you guys found me, through the Asking Guys Questions Girls Are Too Afraid to Ask. Like, before that, I had less than 1,000 subscribers and I would get, like, I don't know, 200 views on a video. And I've been doing this since I was 14. It took me all those years to get to a point where I was like, fuck it. I think just from like actually letting that go, I was able to then receive all this recognition. And I fully get how that might sound weird to some of you who don't really believe in manifestation and all that. And like I said in my vlog, I fully get that. I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea, and I'm not trying to force it or like be some weird spiritual star lady. But I did get so many messages of you guys like asking how I do moon journaling, and so I just thought I'd be really like open and real with you guys about what I do and just like how it's helped me. The next topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is loneliness, because I know a lot of you guys are in lockdown at the moment, and I have had a lot of messages of you guys being like, I haven't seen my friends for so long and I feel so lonely and so isolated. It's not natural for us to be locked away and like deprived of human connection for so long. I think the first time that I felt like truly lonely was in February of 2020. I met so many new people in 2020, but February, I hadn't really met many of them yet, and so I was just in this weird place of like, I just suddenly, for the first time, felt like I didn't have many people around me, and I felt lonely. As time went on, I met a lot more people and connected to a lot more people, and I mean, with Corona, like, all my friends that were meant to leave ended up staying. Something that I really like to remind myself is that there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. And just like when I am alone, just to be like, you are not lonely. You are not lonely, you're just alone. And it is really nice to be alone. I love being by myself. I think there's just so much like shame about being lonely, because it's like as if you're lonely, then you are not loved and don't have friends, and that means there's probably something wrong with you. But being lonely is such a human experience. I think we all feel lonely sometimes, and that is okay, and it is normal, and sometimes we just need to sit in feeling lonely and just accept it. And sometimes it's just like a little like nudge to be like, hey, maybe you should reach out to someone, maybe you need to talk to someone about something. And I think a big thing to note as well is that you can have a billion friends, but if they're not like real connections, you'll always feel lonely. Big celebrities and stuff are a great example, because people put them on this pedestal of like, oh my god, they're so famous, everybody would want to be their friend, they have so many friends, everyone knows about them. But so many of the time, those people actually feel so lonely because they don't have time or haven't been able to trust people enough to like open up and really make real connections. And I think a lot of times it's not about meeting new people, but just like actually working on the relationships you have. And that's definitely what's helped me feel less lonely in my life. Just really nurturing the relationships and connections I already have, so that they're like really strong and loving and supportive ones that I know are there for me at the end of the day. Because it's all good and fun when you have friends that you can party with and you can do fun stuff with, but if you don't feel like you have them when things are a bit harder, you're just never gonna feel fully connected. And I think this brings us to our next topic, which is friends. And one of the things I really realized about friendships this year is like how important it is to have friends that can be there for you in your highs and your lows. And I think a lot of us are already very like aware of the fact that you want to have people in your life for when you're not feeling great. But what I've realized is like how important it is to also have people in your life that can like be there for you and support you and be happy for you when you're also doing really well. So my camera just died, but what I was going to say is that a good friend is also there for you and should be there for you and happy for you when you're really great and like doing fine and being happy and living your best life. I'm just gonna end the video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. I love chatting with you guys. Definitely let me know if you guys want me to do more like chatty videos. I think I just get really scared that you guys will like get really bored. So if you've stayed till the very end of this video, try to comment something with apple. Last time we did banana, this time we're gonna go with apple. We have a fruit theme, apparently. Sending you guys so much love, and yeah, I hope you guys are all safe and taking care of yourselves, and I'll chat to you all very soon. Bye guys.